one and all. First of all, I thank the organizers for providing me an opportunity to present a part of my PhD research work, alpha amylase inhibitory property and antioxidant potential of Saraca indica and Polyalthia longifolia bark extract. What I'm going to present here is the wet lab studies and some techniques involving proving the potency of these two plant extracts for taking further into animal studies. So why the study has been chosen? So one of the recent trends in managing diabetes, the latest trends is using enzyme inhibitors. Enzyme inhibitors in the sense inhibitors which target the enzymes of carbohydrate metabolism like alpha amylase, alpha glucosidase. Apart from that, many other enzymes can also be considered involving the secondary complications like aldose reductase, all those. And along with enzyme inhibitory properties, when the compounds are said to have good antioxidant potential, they can act as very good potent source of drugs for management of diabetes, because diabetes mellitus is considered to be one of the free radical mediated ailments. So my aim was designed, the study was designed here to study the alpha amylase inhibitory property as well as the antioxidant potential of various solvent extracts of the bark of two medicinal plants, Saraca indica and Polyalthia longifolia. By these two plants, Saraca indica has a long history of use in Ayurveda. Many medicinal formulations are available from Saraca indica. But the problem with the plant is that it is endangered and it is not available as per the requirement. And one of the most commonly used substitute for Saraca indica in the market and even for the formulations is Polyalthia longifolia. So the idea was to study, to have a comparison between these two in terms of alpha amylase inhibitory property as well as the antioxidant potential. So first of all, to choose the potent solvent extract of the two medicinal plants, Saraca indica and Polyalthia longifolia, with amylase inhibition property as well as antioxidant activity. Then going for assessment of the alpha amylase inhibition in the most potent extract and studying the molecular mechanism of inhibition. Then further analyzing the antioxidant potential of the extracts. So the methods involved. So I prepared 5 different solvent extracts, choosing from the polar to non-polar end, aqueous ethyl acetate extract, ethanol extract, hexane and chloroform extract. Then calculated the yield percentage from each extract and then chose the potent extract with maximum yield, also having the alpha amylase inhibition and antioxidant potential. Amylase inhibition was studied using the DNS method by Bernfield, and antioxidant potential, it was the total antioxidant potential which was assessed using FRAP assay, which is one of the commonly used assay for measuring the antioxidant properties. Then after the identification of the potent extract, we have done the analytical thin layer chromatography for standardization of the solvent system for partial purification of bark extracts, and then preparatory TLC was done in order to collect more of the purified fractions. Later, in the purified fractions also, alpha amylase inhibition was tested and radical scavenging property of the purified fractions was done by DBPH assay. So going to the results, when the yield percentage was assessed, SIA indicates aqueous, EA is ethyl acetate, and E for ethanol, H for hexane, and C for chloroform. Among all the 5, you can see in Saraca indica ethanol and Polyalthia longifolia ethanol extracts, they had maximum yield. So ethanolic extracts of these two plants, the plant barks, the yield was high, and the FRAP assay, results of FRAP assay show that again here, the ethanolic extracts of Saraca indica and Polyalthia longifolia in terms of ascorbic acid equivalents, they were found to possess very high antioxidant property, 120 milligram for 5 gram equivalents and 70 milligrams for Polyalthia longifolia ethanol extract. So based on the previous, these 5 extracts were chosen for studying the percentage inhibition on alpha amylase. Here again, the ethanol extract of Saraca indica as well as Polyalthia longifolia were found to be potent inhibitors of alpha amylase with highest percentage of 94 and 91%. So based on this results, I have chosen ethanolic extracts for further exploration, for further studies. So I tried the inhibition percentage by at various doses of the ethanolic extract of Saraca and Polyalthia. Selecta indica showed a maximum inhibition of 95% at 150 microgram level, whereas polyalthia 91 at 175 microgram level, after which it was found to be almost stable. Increasing the concentration further did not give any much increase in the inhibition. So based on this result, I was curious to know about the mechanism how these two inhibitors work, whether it is by competitive or mixed or a non-competitive inhibition. So for that I have done a Dixon plot by taking various concentrations of the inhibitor and varying the substrate concentrations. The topmost line, the blue line is 0.9% of starch as a substrate, green with 1% and the red one is 1.1. So varying concentrations of the substrate. When the plot was done, the results show that Selecta indica shows a mixed type of inhibition. Mixed, it can be competitive or it can be a non-competitive also, it can show both. And this was confirmed further by Karnish and Bowden plot, which adds or which confirms the result that Selecta indica inhibits alpha amylase, Selecta indica ethanol extract inhibits alpha amylase by mixed inhibition. Wherein polyalthia longifolia, the bark of polyalthia, so this was found to show a competitive inhibition on alpha amylase by Dixon plot. Here again with inhibitor concentration and the inverse of product concentration along y-axis, parallel lines indicate competitive inhibition in Dixon plot, and this has been confirmed by Karnish and Bowden plot that the inhibition is competitive. So after studying the mechanism, now this was compared with the standard drug which is used as enzyme inhibitor, amylase and glucosidase inhibitor, which is available in the market, is acarbose. So this is the percentage inhibition was compared with acarbose, and acarbose showing a maximum of 94% inhibition at 70 microgram concentration. So this is more or less like equally good when compared to acarbose. And studies on in vitro lipid peroxidation to add on to the antioxidant potential of the plant. This was done using linolenic acid as model system. Here again, Selecta is showing a very high percentage of inhibition at a lower concentration of even 50 microgram. It goes to 80%. And polyalthia also it's a very good inhibitor, but the concentration is slightly higher when compared to Selecta, what is required. It starts at 125 microgram. So both are good sources of antioxidants also. Now later I have gone for the TLC. The preparative TLC So this is a picture showing the TLC of the crude fractions, ethanol fractions of Selecta and polyalthia. I think it's last but before, this one. Preparative TLC. So from that, fractions were collected from Selecta and polyalthia. It's not getting offensive.
Don't worry.
Okay, I'll show it later. If you're interested now, the conclusion from this study, actually there were two fractions, two major fractions were separated by TLC, and both these fractions also were tested for amylase as well as glucosidase inhibition. I have not shown the results of glucosidase inhibition here because still certain confirmatory tests need to be done for studying the mechanism and other things. So both are found to be good inhibitors of alpha amylase and glucosidase as well as good source of good antioxidants, thereby proving to be good source of antidiabetic compounds. And the mechanism of inhibition was found to be mixed in the case of Selecta indica and competitive for polyalthia. The two fractions separated were found to be good inhibitors on alpha amylase, as well as they had very good in vitro lipid peroxidation, which adds on to the antioxidant potential of the bark extract. Based on this, I have planned my animal study which is going on now, and this will be an added supportive, this will substantiate the results. in vivo. And to study furthermore, I am working on cells also, like how this exactly acts on the cellular level. And a part of the work has been published in the International Journal of Chemical and Pharmaceutical Sciences. Thank you.
Actually, only one question. While Saraca indica primarily in Ayurveda is used for as a styptic and various
Menstrual disorders.
problems.
Yeah.
Also, it is mentioned in Granthas for sugar metabolism.
Yes, sir.
So, this study in an in vitro situation confirms it has a role in sugar metabolism.
Sure.
I don't know whether up to Prameha we can go. But tell me, based on this study, do you think market using polyalthea bark in place of Saraca bark is substantiated? Can it be used as a substitute?
No, exactly. When we analyze, that is, it cannot equate all the medicinal properties given by Saraca, but then the
No, I
antioxidant,
said in the context of an
antidiabetic, of course,
formulation,
of course, it
your
is-
data sort of suggests
yes,
potential as a replacement.
Yes,
So,
sir.
if somebody in market is using, he is not doing something adulterate really.
yes, sir.
Giving
That's why I
similar
wanted to
activity.
have a comparison, sir, because it is not now available also as much, Saraca
It
indica.
would be interesting to see the animal experiments
Yes, sir.
on sugar metabolism.
Yes,
And at some point of time when you have more data and including animal in vivo experiments,
yes, sir.
then I think you should suggest as an author
Yes,
that it is good to consider that these are replaceable or interchangeable for this particular benefit.
aspect. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure.
Because in the government of India there is a committee
Yes,
who are looking for such data, and based on that data they are ready to notify as Pratinidhi Dravyas.
yes.
If that happens, then the industry will get benefit.
Yes, sir, sure. So I've started my animal study, sir. The results are probably another 1 or 2 months. We're getting the results, and some more things need to be done on structural elucidation and other counterparts. Most interesting thing is that at very low concentrations, both these extracts are found to give good inhibition on alpha glucosidase also at nanogram levels. So I've not shown the results here because mechanism part is not complete. I think both will be a promising candidature for diabetes. And if at all polyalthea can excel very well, it can very well replace Saraca in terms of because availability is more.
And I would recommend you to publish data piecemeal. You may get more number of papers,
Yes.
but they may not have great value. Publish everything put together as a
Okay.
comprehensive, full-length paper in a good journal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In a peer-reviewed journal, something published from abroad.
Yes,
Hmm?
yes,
So
sir.
that would really
That including the animal studies I'm planning to do. Thank you, sir.
I thought at the beginning of your slides you mentioned antioxidant
Pardon?
properties. Didn't you mention antioxidant
Yes.
properties?
Yes.
But did you do no experiments on
Yeah, FRAP assay and DPPH assay.
Right.
The total antioxidant potential by FRAP and the radical scavenging assays I've done by DPPH and other methods. I've also done the nitric oxide. I have not shown the results here, sir, because a part of that has been already presented.
Oh, I see.
So that's why I have not shown it here. The in vitro lipid peroxidation itself is a marker. When it is inhibiting lipid peroxidation, that is the first stage of preventing that is having good antioxidant property. Free radicals, they start damaging lipids, proteins and then DNA. So when the lipid peroxidation is induced in in vitro system and when it is being inhibited by these compounds, that itself is a good marker that it's an excellent antioxidant.
Okay.
But I would recommend you to read a review
Yes, sir.
published by European authorities
Okay.
on antioxidant activity being determined left and right, and then incorporate the suggestions in that review suitably in your study.
Yes, sir, sure.
Just determining antioxidant values have no meaning
Yeah.
unless you link it to a particular pharmacological activity.
Yes.
And you find a correlation.
That's why I have linked here with diabetes because that is one of the things.
I saw that the data are correlating.
Yes, sir.
Please continue.
Yes, sir.
But read that review.
Yeah, sure, sir.
There is a review in Europe.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your suggestion. Thank you, one and all, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you.